What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Vant Rant podcast, episode 604, and it was a doozy out there. Pretty good day of trading for me overall. A couple good trades. Pretty choppy day in the market. But what's up, Mike? How was your day trading?
It was good. Ended up pretty decent to the green side, which is always good. Got a little chopped up out of the gate, had a couple of missed starts, but after finding my footing, did very well. So, and you know what? We shut it down when we knew it was just going to be a chop fest. So,
Yeah, it was definitely not a day to participate in equities. It was ugly.
yeah, I mean, I took a trade here, took a trade there, just basically going off the dollar relationship to the SPY and scalped in for a few points here and there, and overall not too bad. So, but pretty much probably 50% down trading volume as far as my trades are concerned. So
yeah. Well, I tell you what was the trade of the day. It was the easiest trade of the day, and I'm back to trading my baby, oil.
yeah, it's my baby now too. You guys share that baby.
Oh no. You get back to your hole with equities. I want my commodities.
Oh no, you got to share oil just today.
Just today. Oh, fine. But anyways, pretty light on headlines out there. I mean, nothing really that was planned today. You had some China news today that came out in the morning, but really it's kind of dull action out there, and everyone's just waiting for the election and CPI. So
yeah, I mean that's it, Ty. We have no really economic events on the schedule until the big daddy one, which is Thursday, and we do have some bond auctions, stuff like that, which we'll get into. But yeah, right now, the runway's pretty clear, and you don't have any really Fed speakers until more towards the end of the day. So, it's pretty clear runway as far as that's concerned.
yeah, yes it is. But yeah, I feel like it's going to be pretty light today because I don't know. But I don't really got much to talk about other than just, the chop. But well, let's just take away the charts and we'll just hop on into it.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's hop right into it and look at the technical landscape that we're looking at as far as the market's concerned. If you're looking right here at the SPY monthly chart, as you can see, really not much to write home about. We did print a new high after 3 straight months of declining highs, and we have technically a higher low so far as we have just started the first week of the month, so nothing really to write home about. We do, as you can see, last month back in October, which was a very strong month, bouncing, we talked about this already, bouncing off the 50 moving average, bouncing off the 50% retracement from the COVID lows to the COVID highs. So technically speaking, a good place to bounce, and exactly what we got so far. November proving to be a little bit more of a different month, especially with this week coming off 2 rather mirror weeks, right? One to the upside, and then we almost having a golfing one to the downside, Ty. So you don't see that too much, but last time we had a complete engulfing on a weekly chart. You can see that pretty much was sending us home. Also of note, we pretty much rejecting on the weekly chart this little trend line here on the SPY. So technically, still a little bearish there. Going forth, looking at the daily chart, I don't know, Ty, what do you see in here other than Friday's nice big reversal?
Yeah, nice reversal Friday. I mean, this is an area that we really just chopped around in for a while. You could see back in July, we chopped around in it. And like you said, we rejected that trend line. But I don't know. I mean, look, right now, we're actually creating a decent Fibonacci retracement where we're sitting at with this rejection here as far as this previous swing low and swing high. So with this rejection we got Friday, it almost seems like it's good to go for a little bit of a squeeze, and we don't have any upper wick on the monthly chart yet. It just went straight down from the open of the month. And so maybe this is where we get that temporary Fibonacci move to the upside. But yeah.
Well, it would be nice, and that's kind of what I thought. I thought coming into today, I thought we were gonna have a little bit more bullish action than we've
Yeah, me
gotten.
too.
It's just really nobody. I guess you got to have a reason to buy, and each failed upswing starts to get less and less dip buyers up in here, and it's definitely something to keep an eye on. Of course, we are fighting around the 50 moving average, and like you said, Ty, we got this area, this 380.54 area to kind of watch out as far as running into some supply up here. So it's definitely going to be a little bit harder. Going to need some volume to push us through, and the volume right now is dismal. What about the 4-hour chart, Ty? Anything new?
I mean, yeah, it's so. I mean, we broke through this trend line that I've been watching, and we actually broke through that previous low. So it's kind of like I'm kind of stuck between two scenarios here, to where the 4-hour chart tells me that okay, we're going to go for a little bit of retracement to continue down back towards the lows here. But then the daily tells me that we might continue up. So it's just tough right now, man, to figure out a beat. But right now I'm watching these lows on the 4-hour and then the break of the trend line here. And it'll really tell me, I think, the direction on where we're going to head. And then we'll probably either reach the bottom here or break through the top. So it's tough right now where we're at.
Yeah, I agree. If you look at the 15-minute, it gives you no more information. Really, we do want to see this 380 level kind of break through, and right now we're not even close. We are below the 5 EMA, a declining 5 EMA, so something to be of note. Short-term trend is not to the upside as far as that's concerned, so be careful on any longs. Choppy day, here's what you can see. We do have a higher low in here intraday, but we also have lower highs. So I mean, what's that tell you? I mean, we're just really tight in here, and you saw the daily chart. It's just like a speck as far as this doji that we're forming on the daily. Volume non-existent, so just be careful. ES, respecting some levels in here. This level right here, this 37.75 level's been a really good level throughout. But this is the level I've really been watching, this 370.81. This was like after we dropped from the Fed last week on Wednesday, after we dropped from the Fed, this was kind of like the lid that we had going forth into the week. And so this has been an important area of supply and resistance. And you can see here it's worked out really well. As far as an area of confluence, we kind of bounced out of here, kind of fought our way around here. So that's the area I'm looking out to the downside. Also up here, 37.91, definitely something to watch. I kind of thought, look, 38.05 was the level we were looking at in 3800 as far as the pre-market level and what we saw on Friday. And you can see what happened on Friday, which we really didn't talk about. We had a non-farm payrolls report, which, I don't know, to me, mixed bag. I was kind of surprised and not surprised by the reactions. I mean, either way you slice it. I know the unemployment rate went up, and I know if you really dig deep down, you're seeing less and less of full employment. But still, an employment report that allows the Fed to keep on doing what they're doing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a weird trader Friday. Kind of left a little bit of a gap there for the dollar.
Yeah, and we saw a difference in the establishment and the household survey. Again, just a growing divergence there. I mean, the household survey showed job losses of 328,000, while we saw 261,000 gain of jobs in the establishment survey. So it's definitely something. It's interesting that we have those divergences, and if you really look deep below it, I mean, what you're seeing is more workers are really losing higher paid jobs, but they're taking lower paying jobs that don't pay benefits. And that's something below the surface that maybe is starting to show some weakness in there. So it's just a weird time. It's just a weird payroll report, and you would think that we would have a better measure, a more consistent measure of what's going on in the labor market, but that's what we're stuck with. So look at DES on Friday. This is, we saw a bunch of, we saw a drop in the pre-market on the payroll number. We saw a run up on the payroll number, and then we saw a drop down to this 50% retracement level from the recent leg up that we've had off the not the COVID lows, but the most recent lows. And so if you look here, the markets, I'll tell you what, really trading technically. And if you understand technical analysis and you're kind of following it, it's giving you some good areas to trade against. And this has been a great area, this 50% retracement level at 37.15.
Yeah, definitely.
And look at this wick here. Just incredible. They wicked it through on payroll. So all eyes now turn to tomorrow, which is the election. Again, I think the market's pretty much accounting for a Republican win. And not that the markets would be cheering a Republican win. They like to see gridlock a little bit, right? They don't want to see a Republican win would mean that the Democrats control the White House and the Republicans would control the House or Senate or both. And that would mean no more inflationary projects and bills getting passed, which both parties can't seem to stay away from.
Yeah, hallelujah.
Yeah, so, but we'll see. We'll see. I think the market kind of discounting that in a little bit. But, historically speaking, it's really, a good time for the bulls. I know that's why DWAC is up, because evidently Trump is on the verge of announcing that he's going to be running for office again. I highly doubt that he, I don't know. I'll believe it when I see it. I think he just still wants to be relevant. But I think what's of note is the fact that he is not announcing prior to the election what he's doing about the presidency. And I think that in of itself is an important note, because that shows restraint. And it also shows that there's probably some pressure from the Republican Party about, him and how he affects the electorate. So I have doubts that he's going to run again, but I guess we'll see.
All right, I'll vote for DeSantis.
Yeah, look, who knows what the ticket. I like that the former governor of South Carolina, Haley, she was the UN ambassador. I thought she's a pretty smart cookie, and I don't even know who the left. If they're going to try to trot out the corpse that is Biden, I don't know how that's going to happen.
Oh, God, I know.
I don't think he'd even be able to be coherent at that point. Another 2 years from now. Come on, there's just no way, no way. And Kamala Harris, what happened to her?
I haven't heard about her in a while. I don't know.
Yeah, she kind of put her foot in the mouth a couple times and hadn't been heard from since. So who knows? Maybe Elizabeth Warren. Who knows who's going to come in on the left side? But that's 2 years away. Who cares? All we care, they're all just intent on driving this train into the ground. So that's where we're at. If you look at tech. Hanging in better than I thought with rates rising. 10 years over 4.2. I would expect a little bit more. Yeah, AOC for 24. Wow, that would be interesting. I'd only be interested in that if some kind of stripper video comes out. There's no way, man. There's no way. There's just no way. I think we'll just leave it at that. QQQ's tech, like we said, holding up a little bit better. IWM hanging in there. It is above the 50. A lot. Just look at all these moving averages in here, Ty. Look at the 100. They're all in here. It's just one big bottleneck in here. So I don't know what traders think. We still have a declining 200, which now is met up with this trend line. So we'll see. See what that means. And you got a 50 that's declining and running away from the 100. So that's some technical things that are not looking good for small caps. The Dow back above the 200.
Yeah, baby.
Somebody called that in our Discord, didn't they?
I called it on the show this morning.
Did you?
Yeah.
There you go. So again, the Dow bucking the trend. So what are you going to do here? I mean, it's hard to be bearish when you got one of the indices just, coming back, retesting the 200 and getting back above. Last time the Dow was above the 200, right here we fell off, but then, coming back again so quickly. And it's starting to flatten out a little bit from declining. Here, I mean, you can see what happened. We went to new lows after being above a couple of days of the 200. So this is an outlier. And if you're one of those people that kind of looks at seasonality from a seasonality standpoint, the market does pretty well during this period of time. And coming off a record month in October, Dow looks like it's not ready to go back.
Yeah, no, I'm going to be keeping an eye on it because I want to see if it provides an opportunity like, a double top where we break the highs and then dump, or, we create some divergence. But this is going to be a key area here because we didn't shy away far from the 200 here on this pullback. So it's going to be interesting to see, similar to this move here. Didn't shy away too far. So I want to see what happens here.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. Don't buy Meta, Mo. Mo said don't buy Meta.
If Mo says don't buy Meta, then it's
right.
Don't buy Meta.
He was the original bull. The original chart, but I don't know. Anyhow, I like the analysis, Ty. 10-year, look, rates were above, they're back below 4.2 on the 10-year, but I mean, the 2-year surging, short-term rates surging, and so, the yield curve on the 2 and the 10 has inverted the most ever, I believe. And so the inversions keep on getting deeper. They keep on getting real. We keep on seeing them spread across. We keep on seeing the damage. But again, ultimately we may be headed back down, but it doesn't mean we can't get a nice little short-term counter rally still. And again, from a seasonality standpoint, I still think that we could still get a little bit more pop into this rally. But I think Thursday's the expiration point for me personally, because I just, I'm ready to make the call, Ty. I'm ready to make the call. I think we just completely run hot and miss expectations on this month's CPI print. And I said that last CPI, if you recall, gasoline high. We'll have a better, I'll go over that, Mo, on DraftKings in a minute. But CPI high. So I definitely, gas was high. There's a couple other components in there high. So, and I know rents have come down a little bit, but again, it takes so long to get through there. So we'll have a better synopsis coming up as we get closer to Thursday. But I already think that Thursday's going to be a shit show.
Yeah, no, agreed.
And I don't think the market's positioned for it. So, we'll see. We'll see. But rates still stubbornly high. The dollar, I can't wait to get your dollar analysis, because this is really what has been triggering the market rally for me today, at least. I've been playing follow the leader all day and just scalping for 5-6 points.
Right. That's why I thought we were going to have a bigger day today in the market, because, initially we were having the dollar drop. We were having rates pull back. Rates are, I don't even know what the fuck they're doing today, but dollar, yeah, it's pulling off nice, and could you see a nice little spill here?
Yeah, and the interesting thing is we've had a lot of, like you said at the beginning of the show, China news that's kind of been whipping us around. Yeah. Are they or aren't they?
I know.
Tyler, are they or aren't they?
Dude, I mean, the motherfuckers come out and say, oh, we're talking about zero COVID policy again, but we're not going to give a timeline, but let's call some volatility in the market just for fun. I mean,
well, and then you got, there's been some screenshots of people saying they're not, there's going to be they're getting rid of COVID zero. I mean, and economic numbers that came in from China over the weekend, just horrible. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just, I can't believe, to me, it was an easy short on China plays. But, I mean, that's besides that, I don't think they're opening up anytime soon. And Apple's now come out and confirmed, yeah, we're getting hurt.
Yeah.
We're not going to have as many iPhones shipped. Well, guess what? Is it really China, or is it because people don't want the iPhone 13 redone and repackaged?
Right. Come on now.
So, who knows? But they are at highs, at 6-month highs as far as infections and stuff. And, Yeah, it is seasonal virus at this point right now. And it would be strange that they would open up right in the middle of when seasonality is, and they have already printed a 6-month high in cases and stuff like that. I know we're seeing the ERs here starting to fill up with cases and stuff like that, but I think the issue here is we're so far past COVID. COVID's like now a black word, right? It's kind of one of those words where, oh yeah, well, you're crying wolf type thing. We're not shutting down again. So
yeah, right.
But yeah, you're definitely seeing it hit. You're definitely seeing the, like I said, my wife works as a emergency room nurse, and they're begging for nurses to come in and work because the emergency room here is overfilled. Basically there's cases all over the place, and they're just they're paying people like triple, quadruple their pay just to come in and work. So
yeah, Mo, the RSV here is absolutely insane.
yeah, it's insane here too, and you're seeing all that, and yeah, the RSV is even worse. But maybe that's from some COVID stuff. Who knows? Nobody.
Yeah.
Anyhow, the last of the three horsemen, the VIX, just popping off, coming off eerily. Again, nothing really to write home about as far as volatility is concerned. And I would not be surprised if we're not below 24 at some point this week before we start heading into, again, CPI. I mean, really, what's there to even think about other than the election?
Yeah.
So definitely tough there. Oil, there's our baby, but I know you're getting ready to talk about it, and rather me keep on encroaching on your stuff.
That's my baby.
No, look, you neglected oil and went and with Born Alarm, because Born Alarm, you're like typical male. Born Alarm said gold sexy, and off you went, and you dropped oil like a hot potato. So you know who was there to caress it and keep an eye on it was Big Daddy Mike. So
yeah, but you know what? I left oil in this nasty ass, so you can have oil in there, man. I pop back an oil when it's back in action.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll hand it over to you, Ty.
Yeah.
Because I mean, look, I am curious though on your dollar take, and I'll be on my edge of my seat for that. Because to me, the markets and the dollar, it's been the easiest trade I've ever seen in a long time. I mean, it's like follow the leader. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Dollar's going. Why is the market going? Oh, the dollar. I didn't see it. I got to say, can't remember in the past where I had to set alerts on the dollar.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, right.
It's like, oh, the dollar's going down. And oh, the market's going. Okay, boom. I hit in. It's all right. Get my 4 to 5 points, anyhow.
Oh my God. Yeah. This is what Born Alarm created for me in Discord today. It's like you might as well put oil where gold is and gold where silver is, and it's me looking at gold. But Born Alarm must be a Photoshop guy over here. But
we gotta get Born Alarm. There's a bunch of memes I wish I had. I gotta get Born Alarm to make some memes for us.
Yeah, it's a good one. But yeah, man. The dollar not looking too good here. Looking at the overall move that we've been seeing since April, creating these nice ascending lows. Now back at retesting the same ascending low trend line after we also are maintaining this nice descending channel here at the 109 to 113 range. So now we're rejected the highs, heading back down, and I think we have a little bit more of a pullback, and it's towards like maybe 108 to and I'm gonna keep playing this channel until it doesn't work. And so I'm gonna play it down to 108. Now 108 is gonna be a pretty decent area here, or even 109, because 109 strong pivot point, 108. This whole area, strong pivot point for the dollar. That's where we tried breaking through back in September, didn't work. August didn't work. Back here in July, didn't work. So 108 to 109 zone going to be very, very important inflection point here for the dollar. and I expect for it to break to hold. But if you look at the monthly chart, dude, on the monthly chart on the dollar, I mean, we could have a decent pullback here. I mean, look at we have descending highs here on the monthly. Last month was a more or less a doji. This current month tried retesting the highs, but failed, and we're now filling last month's wick, dude. If we break last month's wick, dude, I mean, I think we can have a decent pullback here in the dollar because we haven't. I mean, it's been a long time. It's been since I don't know April since we've had 2 months in a row of bearish price action, but 3 months in a row is like June of 2020. By the way, 2020. So I don't know, man. It's just I think we could have a pretty decent pullback. Oh God, Borlam. So you're saying Mark was right about the dollar top? Yeah, no. So
Mark was right about the dollar top. Yes. Love it.
We'll see. I mean, looking at last week, we had this nice resistance, a confirmation of resistance, and a retest of that same resistance, and now we're breaking that low. This is a setup I play actually very often. We have this this candlestick retesting it, closing very weak, and now we're breaking the low here. We could see a decent spill here. 108 first area to keep an eye on for the dollar. If we give up 108, then we're going right down to like 105. So we could see a decent pullback here, which is why I was looking for a gold, oil, and even market, equities rally in here. But obviously a lot can change in the next couple of days with CPI and the election. But interesting price action here. So we'll have to keep an eye on it as it approaches 108 and 109. Looking at gold, yeah. Speaking of gold, I mean, Friday's price action was an absolute brick of a candle. No lower wick, no upper wick. Closed above 1668, very strong area of contention. Current daily came down, retested it, and dip bought off of it. So if we can break this previous high that we're putting in here at 1681, then we're going to have a nice rally in gold towards like 1727 area, back towards these highs of October and September. So looking for a nice rally here in gold with that dollar pullback. And yes, Borlam, it is sexy. But you know what's sexier? Not yet, but once I start tracking it, silver, you're right, Borlam. I mean, silver was such a better trader today. I still made some really good money on gold today, but if I would have traded silver where I traded gold, I would have made a lot quicker. So definitely going to be keeping an eye on silver as we participate in longs for the metals here. And silver, if we can break through this 21-23 zone, then we're clear up towards 22-20, which is a very strong point of contention here for it, as it was back in 2022, beginning of 2022. So we'll see. But silver looking good, gold looking good for those longs as well.
Just if you're trading the markets, be careful. News item just hit. ECB's Kazakis, or I forget how you say his name, but he basically came out and said there is going to be no pivot, where you should be hiking well into next year. So not much of a reaction in our markets because the dollar's kind of down, but that did hit the news wire as you've been talking.
Huh. Interesting. Oh, wow. Alrighty. Well, surprise. Yeah, they don't have any room to pivot anyway.
Right. Didn't they just start hiking?
They just started freaking hiking. Although they're saying that the Fed's doing the job for them because they're doing it enough for everybody. So they're just lazy. Oil was a great trader today. Buys so easy. It's the easiest buys you could have taken. And it just, I took a long on this retest of 91.70. And I wrote it up to like 92.67 back towards these highs here. I wanted it. It actually ended up going where I wanted it to go. I had my take profit previously sitting at these highs at 93.50 back from October 10th. Ended up waking it perfectly, but it was playing with me this morning, so I got out early. But ended up working out really well. Oil's playing out nice. if you look at the monthly in here, monthly closed bullish last month, current monthly pushing bullish, just broke last month's high. Weekly found some support, confirmation of support, and now we're sitting at these highs. So 95, we're back to the 95 level, and 95 was that previous pay attention level that I called it, that it's going to be tough to break. And last time we saw it try to break, it was a nice liquidity grab, big dump. And so now we're reapproaching that same area, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if we can break through. It always knocks at the door, fails, knocks. Eventually it'll do it. It's knocking again. So I believe that we have that break eventually soon. I think we'll get a break of 95 as we get that dollar pullback and potentially rates pullback here. And we start getting the change in fundamentals. Hopefully OPEC can prop the price up here, but it's starting to look good again. Starting to trade really smoothly, really well. And so any pullbacks towards like 90, pullback to like 88, I'll be looking for longs towards 95. And again, I'm not going to trade through 95 until it confirms a break, because 95 is going to be a strong area of resistance for it.
I had a nice, if you pull, I'm upset, man. We were, because I was looking at oil, and if you look at the 1 minute, you look at there's declining tops from like 9 to 10:30 that were kind of in there. We were looking at that break from at 9 o'clock.
Yep, right in here.
Yeah, and yeah, right over to the right, you can see we right in there. And I was calling it out. We were live trading together as a group, and one of our traders at the very exact time I was about to bring it up and say, okay, I'm getting ready to go long, he announced he was short.
Oh, no. Oh, come on.
And he was short, and so I didn't take the trade because I didn't want to be a dick.
I would have been a dick.
My order wouldn't have affected his order. But I don't believe, we have a ruling on the desk, and we don't want to, put bad mojo out there. We'll kick people off the desk for doing that.
I'll be a dick.
But I was actually, that was looking really nice. Damn, it was kind of wedging too. If you look at the bottom, it was kind of, higher lows. It was wedging up there really nicely off VWAP. And, it was just a nice trade. And look at that. You got that, right in there. Nice wedge. You had a nice flat top. VWAP was a flat top over at 830. Yeah, right in there. Yeah, just ridiculous. Yeah, I didn't take the trade. So,
dude. There was really no reason to be short on this.
Well, I don't know what his parameters were or what he was doing, but I just know he was going in short, so I didn't take the trade. But would have been a nice trade, right, Ty?
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt, that would have been a great trade. Come on. Oh shit. Yeah. Dude, did you see fucking copper Friday?
I was gonna wonder if you could bring up copper. I was gonna have you bring up copper. Yes.
Dude, look at that massive fucking breakout Friday that we had from these declining tops here.
Yes.
Just exploded out. And now, we're obviously getting a retracement, retesting that breakout. But I like this for a possible continuation out of here.
Yeah, I do too. That was a nice trade.
Interesting move there. Another one I saw, big move overnight. Nat Gas, massive gap overnight. It's up 9%.
Yeah, don't tell me I'm born on that. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's because you trade fucking Boyle. That's right.
Yeah, and you can see what happened from the 200.
Dude. Oh my God.
Hey, I actually had a better go of it, I think, than Borlam. I actually traded in and out of it a couple times, so I at least had a profit cushion sitting there when it decided to crap itself. So I had, maybe a 0.5% loss. It was nothing, but it just didn't work out like we wanted it.
Yeah, dude, nat gas, man. This thing's.
I can't trade with Borlam. The next thing I know, I'm in a trade with Borlam. I'm getting out, and it's not Borlam's fault, right? But me and him been in 2 trades together. We've, let's say it this way: there was no lube used anywhere, because the trades just wound up just killing me. But anyhow, and we both got in on different, at different times. So
yeah. I mean, damn, dude, this thing's like playing out just with a beautiful long. I mean, hey, you have my blessing to buy it around here if you want to take it up to 89. And this thing's been
look at that.
This thing's just been channeling in here real
Well, the
nice.
polar vortex is back at the end of the week.
That's right. That's right. So we're gonna have some nice cold days ahead of us. But yeah. So nat gas probably gonna fill that gap, but should continue up nicely. And then Bitcoin. Then there was Bitcoin.
Actually, I tell you what, Bitcoin interesting to me here.
Is it?
Where did I have your charts? Always look different than mine.
That's because my charts are better.
Oh Jesus, here we go. Yeah, I was kind of looking at Bitcoin, and it's kind of, if you look back on July 26, right, which was, the little, the bottom of a trend line going up, and you can see, yeah, right there, you kind of got it highlighted. It's where your highlighted area is.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of right at the top of that area for me, at least, sitting there. And so this is either do or die for Bitcoin in here. Of course, It did make a lower high.
Yeah, that's actually where MicroStrategy dip bought their $10 million of shares for Bitcoin. My problem is, it's just that level that we broke above, and now we're potentially closing back below. We're already sitting back below that area. It's a big contention area that rejects. Now, on the flip side, Bitcoin is creating these decent higher lows here, and temporary higher highs. So we are in this small wedge up, but there's still no volume in it. But hey, look, if we get risk on and we can get going here, I mean, you do have these. You did have a breakout here. That's a Fibonacci. I did have a breakout here recently, back in end of October. Broke out of this wedge we had going on, and so if we can maintain this same structure, then maybe we'll get going. But we have to really get going and get some volume back in it, because it just doesn't really seem to have life. But yeah. And then pound yen, really strong move off the lows here. Had 100% retracement of this previous Fibonacci move here back at 165, and so probably going to get a nice continuation there. Move happened overnight, didn't catch much of it, or didn't catch any of it actually, but should have a nice. Oh shit, dude, I missed this nice break today. God damn it.
Look what you missed,
dude. Well, what the shit? This thing takes like an elevator ride up overnight at London Open. Consolidates during New York, and then as London closes, we take another elevator ride up. So that's just, today's just been
gotta take the elevator.
I like escalators. Elevators scare me because I don't like to get stuck in them.
Yeah, me neither. I get claustrophobic too, to be honest with you.
Oh man, but that's it for me. So I'll give it back to you, Mike.
Oh, I know all about elevators.
Yeah.
Anyhow, Roku used to be my elevator trade.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Roku used to take Roku for an elevator trade.
What's going on, Chris?
All right, so yeah, you missed the paint drying.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyhow, let's take a look at the ES. We had that headline hit. Really didn't do much. Brought us down to 37.87 and took us right back up to 37.91. So maybe a little bit of a something that could break here. I'm not guaranteeing it, but just listless action. I mean, volume just dead. And if you look at some of the other sections other than Bitcoin, hold on, if you look at biotechs, as far as risk on, just below the 50, not doing anything, down 1% today. If you look at transportation, kind of at the 50, maybe above it, a little bit positive, not doing much. You got retail, the consumer at the 50. It's like a broken record, not doing much. So you're not seeing anything. Semiconductors below the trend line at the 50. So kind of moment of indecision for all the risk on assets in the sectors that we're looking at. China sector, nice little bounce off of the lows. With China reopening place, you had the rumors on Friday, you had them this morning. So you had a nice little gap up that was nicely faded. So, they were easy fade trades on some of those stocks. I know Baba was a good fade trade, stuff like that. But I don't know, man. It's almost like the calm before the storm. It's a little early for the calm before the storm. And that's why I'll tell you what, I had that one wrong. I really thought we were going to get a run today. A better bounce. Maybe we'll get it into the afternoon. Plus, it was a nice little bounce on the markets Friday afternoon. So, the problem is why are you going to buy? I mean, we saw that news came out today. Record surge in rent delinquencies, up 7% in October for small businesses. So 37% of all small businesses in the U.S. having trouble paying their rent. So that doesn't sound too positive to me.
Not at all.
Still got earnings. We got some stocks to look at. Earnings, got Roadblocks, you got Disney, you got a bunch of earnings coming this week. But we're pretty much through earnings season. 85% of the S&P 500 companies, Ty, have reported results for the third quarter. 70% have reported earnings per share above estimates. It sounds good, but the 5-year average is 77%. It's kind of a rigged game. So I don't know. It's been an okay quarter, I guess. You also have from earnings that the Goldman Sachs came out over the weekend. David Kostin came out and lowered his earnings per share forecast for the rest of 22 and 23. 2022, they lowered it to $224. 2023, $224 as well from $234. So dramatically lowered 2023 earnings estimates. So if you think this market's bottomed and it's just going to go back to all-time highs, that doesn't sound like a market that's going back to all-time highs anytime soon. I mean, basically, he's calculating in zero growth for 2023.
Wow.
So zero earnings. And that's that's why I said it's a rigged game now. I mean, look, and that's why I get questions all the time. Well, AMD had shitty earnings, missed everything. Yeah, but they also pre-announced 2 weeks ago. So where are they going to go? You got more people now that are pissed. I mean, if you're surprised at this point, right, Ty, then you've been hiding on a rock.
Yep.
So, it's hard for stocks to really go down on them missing earnings when they pre-announce and already come out and the cat's out of the bag. So, I mean, it's definitely a mixed bag there. But, what's interesting to me is we still have buybacks, okay? But what was interesting and where I think that we could get, if you're looking for a bullish case other than pivot, because we know the pivot's not happening, it's the fact that, don't forget, we have this stupid Inflation Reduction Act that was passed, okay? And corporate buybacks next year are going to be taxed at this point, okay? So if anything, you could see some companies start maybe accelerating what they were going to purchase next year into this year. And again, you're going with a typical lower share price. Maybe they get more bang for their buck. So you could see share repurchases definitely increase based off a pivot from the 2023 new tax law that's going to be coming out. So that's something to kind of keep an eye out. But what's interesting is buybacks don't always mean that the stock is going into the stock, right? Buybacks are typically historically bullish because what happens is they're taking and reducing the supply, right? Because you're taking those shares, buying them back, and retiring. Well, our good company Meta, 100% of their $96 billion in stock buybacks went to new share issued to employees, which means the shareholders saw none of that money. 90% of Google's 156 billion in buybacks went to new shares issued to employees. So again, buybacks, and then all of a sudden you realize that, well, Meta's, none of that dollars went to existing shareholders. So make sure, no wonder the freaking company's where it's at. Anyhow, Ty, stock is up today. You do know why, right?
Why?
Because people thought Zuckerberg was getting laid off.
What?
I'm joking.
Oh God, I was like, hang on.
It was a joke.
I didn't see that.
It was a joke. Nobody liked my joke, but I thought it was a funny joke. Since he's the one that's pretty much crashed the
That's why I believed you for a second.
Yeah. So anyhow, let's go on. Had some decent trades today. I know Mo wanted me to look at a fucking stock, 2 stocks. So
I looked at DraftKings this morning. Good luck.
all right, why not bring up DraftKings? The only other stock he could have brought up for me, which I'll bring up next, is Carvana. So DraftKings earnings not too good last week. Below the 50. Kind of, I don't know. I have to start checking the sanity of our resident bulls. Because you ever notice, man, bullish people have internal optimism.
Yeah.
That's why my wife could never be a good stock trader. Okay? Because she is the nicest person you ever meet, and she has internal optimism.
Yep.
You'd have to be married to me. But, I mean, she would think this stock's coming back. So, I don't know what to tell you, Mo, other than, there's really zero reason for me to be in DraftKings. And if we kind of expand out this chart, let's expand it out a little bit here. You can see what it did earnings. So I want to know who the fools were that bought this at 18 to have it go to 11 in one day. So that's why you don't chase things in this market. DraftKings, man, it's I guess it's in the category how low can it go, right? I'll pull up the monthly chart, Ty, and you give me your take on DraftKings.
Yeah. Oh God, look at that.
You want me to pull up the 4-hour chart?
Oh, I mean, how the fuck? Oh God.
Hold on, that's the hourly. Let me pull up the 4-hour for you.
Oh.
And actually, I have to expand it for you so we can get maybe a little bit more expansion in room.
All right, here we go.
Fake breakout?
Look, oh yeah, 100%. So here you kind of steal my thunder here. So what I'm looking at here is I told Mel, look, I expect a temporary bounce where it's at for a couple reasons. I mean, it's oversold from its earnings. It's actually retesting a decent backside of the trend, or it's actually retesting the bottom of the trend line here. It's running into some support. So I think you get a bounce, but what I think you get is a bounce into this liquidity grab here that Mike talked about from this trend line here, and then you head back down towards $9. So yeah, maybe you can get a little day trade out of it and go long here, but I know you don't day trade, so I'd look for some lower prices here in the next couple weeks. Oh,
awesome analysis, Tyler. Love it. I was also laughing at Bornalon posting posting a picture of me in the elevator when I take my elevator trades.
I gotta look at this. Oh, oh my God!
You can count on Mikey getting off at the next floor.
I'm so fucking dead. No.
You didn't put my name on that, but it's. Oh man, yeah. You know what, Mo? You know what they say about the trash? You take it out. You take it out to the dumpster, retire. The only other better chart you could have brought up was this Carvana.
Oh, God.
Okay. So Carvana, I guess nobody's buying cars online or whatever. I mean, look at this chart, Ty. This is like a freaking Christmas tree, 376. If we look at the 1 minute chart, I mean, look at this thing. So somebody actually bought this thing near 14 and it's at 7.
God help them.
Just a day ago. So this is why we don't buy trash, guys. This is why we short and take this. We take the sled down.
Yeah, we take the trash out.
Yeah, take the trash out, and that's why we're not getting suckered in unless Zuckerberg's the one being retired. We're not getting suckered into this meta deal. Nice little short-term trade. I actually had, believe it or not, you can ask traders in the room. I had meta on the list today, long for a buy. I had meta on the list.
Whoa.
Yeah, baby. I couldn't convince myself to pull the trigger though.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
I wouldn't be able to either.
I couldn't do it. But I did have some good trades. So let me go over the good trades that I did call out that were on our list. Square had earnings on Friday. Good reaction to it. Had a good trade on Square. Dip buy. Good call out on Friday. Another good one in here today on Square. And, it was a decent trader. So as far as... Well, let me put it this way. Decent trader is we made 2 points on it. That's what else you going to do in this type of market? The better trade, though, that we had that was a really good call out was this VRU. And, this was, we got in 13 at this one. And I had a false start on this one, first off. And I think I'll show you right in here. Where's the false start? The false start was right in here. Okay. So I had a false start, small little loss right up in this reversal here. And where I took it, Ty, right here on this check back.
Yes.
Right? Nice little check back, man. So I called this one out in Twitter. And this is a perfect example of, okay, you get in once and guess what? It fakes you out. But did it make a new low? No. Okay, still strong, still positive catalyst, still a 35 RVOL. So what you do is you get out, you lower your risk, and you wait for if you can get an A+ setup. And here's the A+ setup. What do you think? Good entry?
Oh, yeah. Did Mike get out the next floor?
That they are. See, Bornalam. Did Bornalam say that?
No.
Oh, I know. Okay, because I was gonna say they already know what floor I got off at. So Mikey got off half a position. Where did Mikey get out? At right up in here, a 14. Got out another quarter at 15. And then I was going for 16 and never went there and got, stopped out at 14.80 for the last quarter. So not bad on a $13 stock.
Nice.
Yeah. And we always say if you can get 60% of the channel, you're doing good. So I think we did really good on that one. So Vero, nice little trader in there. Had a loss on Rivian. Rivian reports earnings. They had a positive catalyst this morning on Amazon, increasing usage for them. So I bought in VWAP and I basically got out. I bought right up in here and it was breaking VWAP and then I got out in the chop. So I lost 10 cents. It was really nothing. It just wasn't doing anything. The other stocks that I'm very upset that we didn't get in was I had Apache on the list. I said, guys, it's going to 50. Where'd it go?
Oh, nice. Look at that.
50. Could have got a nice little point. Anyhow, Oxy was a nice little trader in here. And what's funny is I want to show you something. So when oil was getting ready to break out, okay, what bar was it? I can't remember. Oh, right here was, this is what, so oil was kind of hitting those declining tops, and this is what Oxy did. I said, all right, I'm going to go long oil. And it broke out afterwards. So it was a good relationship trade. It was like maybe 20 seconds, 30 seconds afterwards. So it was a little bit of a delay. And I don't trade oil enough to know whether there's any kind of correlation there. So I'm not saying there is. But that's what kind of made me think, okay, well, this is a good risk to reward to me on buying an oil breakout. And then, I'm again crying and spilled milk on that one. You had some others. I mean, oil stocks just all over the place, man. Okay, they're just all running. I mean, energy stocks. This is back when they were running a couple quarters ago when we had this little run up from the war. They're all doing it again. They're all I mean, you just can't go wrong in oil stocks right now. And one one of the guys came out, one of the hedgies, one of my brethren, basically said, "Hey, oil's going to 300 before it
I
capitulates."
saw that.
So
300.
yeah, 300.
I'm also
baby.
buy and hold.
300. So who knows? The other stock which I didn't trade, I'm very upset because I always take this trade. There's a hurricane, Tyler.
Home Depot.
Hurricane, yes, Home Depot. I usually take Home Depot, and
Yeah.
almost up 2% today. It was kind of gave you the fade trade, and then look at this, the VWAP support, and then it's kind of taken off. This is a couple day trade usually though, so it's day one of that trade. The last storm, this is what it did, right up in here, and took you all the way up here. So. Looking again, another storm supposed to hit Miami, Wednesday possibly? So I guess we'll see, man. Hopefully it doesn't affect the election thing. A couple other stocks. Somebody was trading BTU in our room. God bless them, because I can't take that wild swings. Looks like a great trader, right?
Damn.
Until you look at this crap.
Oh.
Breaks, F's you,
Yep.
and then goes.
Yep, sounds about right.
Yeah, so that's typical BTU. I did call this VTRS out this morning. Didn't trade it, but you could have had a nice little. I called it right out in here. Came back into VWAP for a nice little trade. So you could have took that for a nice point or so. Would have been a decent trade. You had Donald Trump, jibber jabbing about possibly coming back, and of course, look what DWAC's doing. So this is interesting. This is how they F you. Nice little pop up overnight, drop it hard into the open, and then you get the afternoon perk play, Ty. We haven't had one of those trades in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, so I hope some of you traders got this one, unless you fell asleep. Nice little trade in there. This one's eventually coming back down. So get ready for the shorts. I know I will. Starbucks was a nice short, Ty. You already won the bet. We didn't even go over that.
Yeah. I won that in not even overnight. It
went right up to your target, right up here.
Just touched
so, and of course, Mal's going to say, no, I won the bet. It's coming back down. But, like we said, difference of time frames.
Yeah, right.
So, good trader. Actually, I think JT traded this one with you.
Did he?
He was
I hope so.
All happy about it. So, I hope so. Last one, Baba would have been a decent short. I was thinking about shorting Baba today. And, if you look at the pre-market, if you look at the action here, nice fade off the open, nice fade off of VWAP in here. So, you could have, would have, should have. But it was okay. Coin, we had a trader. New York Chris was short coin in here, and he gave up on it because it went over VWAP. And look what this effort's doing. So, look at that. I know he was short in here, made money on it, okay, but got out into this mess.
Oh.
But look at this.
Damn.
So, New York Chris, this is why we say stay with your stocks. Look at that, Ty.
Shit, I'd be crying a fucking river.
Look at that. And then, to make things even better, you got nice lower high consolidation here before it fell off the cliff.
Damn.
So, classic textbook short here. Chris, don't make me put you in the woodshed if
Chris.
You just, this was the A+ setup here. This was a nice little short. So hopefully he was able to get into some of that. Last but not least, you see the software companies, Ty? Software companies look at these software companies. Look at Zscaler.
Damn.
Okay. Look at CrowdStrike. Look at these,
dude.
Man. These are real companies. And then Datadog, which actually came out with good earnings. I was almost going to trade it that day. It had earnings. They actually beat top and bottom line right here. Look where it is. So software just being taken out to the woodshed, and I would definitely be staying away from that. So anyhow, looks like the market's getting a little bit of a pop here while we've been on.
Yeah.
So for me, I was looking for an afternoon run play. So getting rejected up. Oh, look at this break, guys. Tyler. Tyler, look at this.
Mm.
Beautiful. Off this level we talked about. So now it's kind of flagging. What's your take here now, Ty? Just looking off the 2-minute. Anything?
Yeah, I mean, look, I was overall bullish anyway, and I think that now that we're creating these higher lows in here, and we actually just broke these highs right in here, I think we can get going. I mean, into the evening and get that continuation off of Friday's dip buy. So,
You like a buy here? I was thinking about
yeah.
buying off those levels.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I
Well,
mean, I
we
like
kind of missed it though.
Yeah, I mean, you missed the good play, but I mean, if you kind of be patient and wait for that 3,800 to find support here, you can get a nice squeeze into the end of the day.
I like that. I'm gearing up. It's taking me all my oomph and not just hammering into this trade right now. So, what about a pullback into the top of this area, or where it kind of broke from?
Very possible. I mean, the 15-minute has no bottom wick, so and if you look at the 15-minute, zoom in like close, yeah, right there. We have a lot of wicks in here, and we have no bottom wick currently on this 15-minute. So likely that we could stay in this range here. So I'd really, if I'd need to see a closure above this zone, even if we come down to retest it again.
Oh, that would be nice. I like to get the retest.
Yeah, because I do like this price action here heading into this zone here. We had this a lot of rejection in here, strong bullish breakout and close. So
I like that.
Think we can get going here.
All right, I'm in. We got our trade. Let's just have a good area to trade against. Use stops. Last but not least, you see Tesla. Tesla was actually a leader down. Tesla led us down while the markets were kind of popping up. Tesla just completely dumped itself.
I loved that picture Mal put in Discord earlier.
Oh, earlier?
You see at 11:52 this morning, the Tesla, Twitter, and Elon meme in the in the swimming pool.
Yes.
Oh, that made me laugh.
This is it here for those of you that have been in Discord. Look at that. That's great. I mean, Elon, we love you, Twitter. And Tesla's just freaking
drowning over there.
I love that, man. So I agree. Look, if Tesla, here's the thing, man. Tesla, last time it came and pierced down to like 198.59 right here, okay? But look how it started. It was the start of a nice little bull run in here, okay? I kind of get the feeling you could have the same thing. If it doesn't stay below the 200 level. If it stays and closes below the 200 level, then I think the bears are in control. And the other thing is, look, you got a little bit of a divergence in RSI, I guess.
Yeah, it's dangerous. Look at the 4 hour. 4 hours looking dangerous here.
Let me pull up the 4 hour. Hold on. 4 hour.
Yeah, I mean, you got that zone in there that it closed below. Pretty strong 4 hour close below.
Yeah, true. You did get the close below.
It's gonna be I'd look for a retest and a dump from there.
Wow, look at that. Elon, what have you done? Apple. Yeah. What about Apple, Ty? I mean, Apple's been on a straight just dump trajectory. From rejection at the 200 here. We talked about how Apple kind of fades off in these bear markets after this triple top in here. I don't know, man. Let me go to 4 hour and tell me what you're thinking about Apple, because I don't know what to do with Apple.
Yeah, I think we're in this liquidity territory here that there's a lot of wicks and a lot of dip buying in here. So back here as well. I'd expect it to put up a fight here. I'd expect it to rally out of here and potentially get a squeeze on. I mean, every time we leave this zone, we get a pretty decent rally out of it every time we leave this zone. So looking for another rally on the out of the lows here. And the daily has that gap fill at 145.15. So I think we at least push up to there and then maybe higher. We'll see how much momentum we get out of it. But I mean, if we get a market squeeze, we get the dollar to
Man,
dump. Maybe we get some momentum into this play here.
that'd be nice. That'd be nice. By the way, all right, finish it out. I'm pretty much done, Ty. ES, there's the breakout.
Yeah, it's going, man. I'd look for a retest of 3,800 for some longs, possibly.
Yeah, I got my order out there. Let's see if we get it. If not, runs without us, then
Yeah.
I'm not chasing stocks or markets in this
No, definitely not.
environment, especially at 3805. Should get a nice rejection off that. So,
Yeah.
but the breakout's on.
Yes, sir. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Have a good rest of your day.
Yeah, safe trading, guys.
See you later.